both, but it's against freedom. That's what it is.
Okay, then a little pushback. But then there's people that are practicing Islam that say that that's what gave them freedom.
What?
Word Islam literally in Arabic means to give up. Like, you don't need even to start to reading their book. The name itself is just to give up your will against another.
Well, it means when to submit to God, right? But I've spoken to people that were into drugs, partying, hookers. I think that's all fucking fantastic. But there's another, I've spoken to gentlemen that were like, it was problems for them. They've not converted. How do you say it again? They don't convert. Because they say that they believe everybody is Muslim. So fuck, man, the word. Not convert.
How the fuck do they believe everybody is Muslim when Islam came after all this?
No, but they don't call it convert. They call it like, what's the opposite of convert? Revert. They revert back to Islam, and they say that their life has become fucking amazing.
It's an illusion.
That's interesting. So wait, you're saying that they revert back out of Islam and their lives are amazing is what you're saying?
So, put it like this. So if me and you tomorrow wanted to be Muslim, they would say that we reverted. Because they believe everybody is born a Muslim.
Yeah, but how?
By default.
When Islam came after all the other religion.
Yeah, they say everything. So they've stolen our prophets. So they say Jesus was a Muslim, Moses was a Muslim, all the prophets are Muslim. So they actually have a very unique way to steal shit because they believe that everybody's Muslim. So you don't convert, you revert. So you come back to the fold.
That's true. That's true. In Holy Quran, they talking about Mary and Joseph, Jesus. The way that they're respecting these two people, okay, they wanted to show their fucking friendship and all of that, but at the end of the surah, they're mentioning the same exact thing that Bibi is saying. They're trying to, I don't know.
Bibi, that's why I say you cannot have a rational conversation with these people. You will never be able to rationally talk to these people because they come up with bullshit that you can prove it to them that what you're saying is false and it's not correct, but they're gonna go around and say some other bullshit.
Well, Ocean, can you win a fight? Peoria, any of you guys in this room, are you able to win a fight with an idiot?
But how?
No.
In what case?
No, you can't. Why? Only if you were an idiot, you'd be able to win a fight with an idiot. So the problem is we're on this app arguing with idiots, wanting to win the fight that we'll never be able to win because most of us aren't idiots. So you would never win the fight. So it doesn't matter how fucking hard you go with facts, with anger, with ambition, with everything that you pull in your arsenal. They're still looking at you like you're dumb.
Hey, you know what it is like?
Idiot, nothing sinks in.
You know what it is exactly like? Do you guys play poker? When you play poker against someone who understands the odds, he can, he understands position and all that, it's kind of harder to win against that person, right? I mean, it's easier. I'm sorry. It's easier. No, it's easier. I'm sorry, my bad. It's easier to win against that person. When you play poker against the person who doesn't fucking understand poker, it's kind of hard to win against him. Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He just fucking put his money in there and he gets lucky. Boom.
Exactly.
It's the same fucking shit. So you will never win against them because they talk nonsense and they strongly believe in it. And if you want to educate them, you have to start from an early age.
I think what you should understand is that the root of this is purely psychological. So basically, they are like addressing some of the basic anxieties, like the four anxieties that Yalom defines, like loneliness, anxiety of death, anxiety of nothingness, and anxiety of freedom. We have like four basic anxieties, and they have rooted these psychological anxieties to religion. And this is like a psychological problem. You cannot win with argument.
I want to invite the young lady and welcome her to the stage. Friend of mine, sweetheart, very loud vocalist on this app. She started saying it before it became mainstream. She wanted to amplify the Iranian voices. And it was It was crazy. It was the next day. That was in the media, amplifying the voices of Iranians. And she was the first person I heard say that. Do I fight with her? All the time. Do I love her? Very much so. It's because she's a very strong, passionate woman, and I want to pass the mic to her. And
oh, wow.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, I'm just on my lunch break. Came in here to see what's up, and then I saw the question posed to the room around, are Iranians not doing enough? And I think that what exactly is it that we want Iranians to do other than to listen to what is, Israeli analysts are saying on TV, on top of what their leader of the opposition, Reza Pahlavi, has asked them to do in order to, maintain their lives as best as they can. I mean, reports are coming out of Israel saying that the way that they're guesstimating things is that there's an uprising within a matter of weeks on behalf of the Iranian people. I mean, Iranian people have been going to their families. They've been going to if they go to their own child's funeral on the day of the Persian New Year to maybe just for one moment be there at their child's grave, they're being taken into custody, and we still don't know what's happening to them. Right now, Iranians, every single day, more than 300 people have been, in the last couple of weeks, have been executed within these prisons. So Iranians are still paying quite a heavy price. And I would say that a better question isn't if unrest will return, it's whether the next wave becomes coordinated enough to actually challenge the system. That's a better question to ask. And so I think that context and framing, I know that, I definitely know that the intent of this room is something good. Let's just try to make sure that intent and content match up and are meeting the moment in a really appropriate way.
Absolutely.
I agree with that too, because it could be interpreted that, the poll question could be interpreted that they're not doing anything at all. I get what you're saying, Roya. Whereas a lot more nuance than that. Is what's going to have to happen is, like you're saying, is phase 2 is what we're really going to watch to see what the Iranian people do. And if they, fail there, then maybe there's some more criticism that could come from that, right? Basically, Roya?
I'm just saying that we don't need to preemptively, in a time in which, so much of the world is in pain. We're in a very critical, high stakes, high anxiety. This could be the Berlin Wall of our generation. This could be something real. This shit is hitting the fan quick, and we want it to come to fruition. Revolutions are something not to take. It's a very the moment and environment for revolution to happen is something rare and few and far between. And when the opportunity comes, one must be ready to take it by the horns and make it happen, right? And so I think that, again, the better question is, like, what are the parameters that need to be put in place? What structurally, globally, attention-wise, military-wise, needs to be put on from the external forces, right? Is that going to be enough to create a crack in the apparatus of this regime? Or is what we're doing enough to, create the environment that's ripe for people to uprise? That is the situation for almost most of the successful revolutions of human history. So I do think that on top of the internal, mobilization of people, which is something that, I know that's not the intent, and I'm not even saying that it's this room. I'm just noticing, like, it's being examined more on an interpersonal level, whether that's the intent. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but it's just a little bit demoralizing, because I don't understand why people would think that a nation that just lost 50,000 of its people and are searing in anger about this regime. I think that they've pretty much made the case with the blood of their children, the blood of their families, and that they don't want this regime anymore. And I'm kind of getting sick and tired of that question being posed, instead of having questions that are actually pertinent to the moment.
Like what?
Like, what's the next? When is the next phase going to kick in? Is what the U.S. and Israel doing? Is it weakening the infrastructure, the regime is enough in order for people to be able to topple it in the next coming weeks? I mean, these are the type of questions that would be interesting to examine as a group. You know, as a first-generation Iranian American Jew, I'm interested in understanding people's perspectives of this geopolitical and cultural moment, you know, so that would be an interesting topic. But that's just my 2 cents.
Who was the gentleman? Was that Pontus?
Yo, shalom.
Hi, Pontus.
Shalom.
And salam
Hi, Ann. Hi,
alaikum to
Pontus.
everyone else.
Hi, Pepe. Shalom. Shalom.
Hey, Paul.
Alaikum.
What's up, Pepe?
Howdy.
And
I think, and to add to that, I think it's important to add, is are Iranians doing enough? It's for the people that are against Iran and are for the IRGC, and then they can come in here and hear strong voices that, yes, they are doing enough. They're waiting to march to be able to take back their country, and they can hear an answer to that question instead of going into rooms that are slamming Iranians and in support of the IRGC. I think it's important have the opposite and clickbait them in, and they're like, yeah, this is my room, it's against Iran, and then they can hear from strong Iranian voices, yeah, they're waiting for Reza Pahlavi, they're waiting for Israel, they're waiting for the United States of America to say go to the streets and them to take back their country.
Well, I feel like another question is, what mechanisms would allow decentralized protests to become a coordinated action? What's missing? Is it...
Why did you give BB a mod? That nigga's nasty. Honestly, that nigga's fucking dirty.
Thank you, bro. How you doing, you one-tooth wonder?
here we go. Lollipop in the mouth.
Lollipop in the mouth.
Yo, this nigga is such a snitch. I was in another room and this nigga was out here trying to suss niggas' whole plan. Like, why are you such a rat? Like, you don't have to be a rat. Like, you could be a real nigga, but no, you choose to be a bitch nigga. That's crazy work.
Okay, what plan? Air it out, man. Air it out. What room? This is the only room.
No. Yo, this guy's such a liar. You see, now I know why Matt and them was on your ass, because you're such a liar. Nigga, you're such a... I'm not even going to argue.
So tell me, you little booty shaker. Come on, tell me, you one-tooth fucking wonder. You like Ray Charles with a fucking queer. Come on, tell me.
Listen, all I know is...
Come on.
Everyone was right about you. You was a fucking liar.
I know. Tell me.
Who even gave this nigga mod? Like, who gave this nigga a mod? That's what I want.
Oh, that's so sad. You're so hurt.
But guess what? But I bet you can't fight me in real life, though. Can you?
I'll slap you. Wake up next week asking for a fucking lunch, buddy.
Nigga, are you stupid, man? Nigga, I will make you hold my pocket and then have you run into the store. You will be running to the store for a bag of chips for me.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, let's stick on topic, okay? Never mind your queer shit. What do you think about Iran? I want to know what you honestly think.
Come on, Miguel.
That's honestly.
I have no thought.
I'm not.
What do you mean? Should Iran host the next gay pride parade?
Nigga, do you know you should have the next dick in your mouth? That's what you're gonna have. The next dick in your mouth, bitch. That's exactly what you're gonna motherfucking have.
Should there be a competition between Israel and Iran who holds the best gay pride parade?
Listen.
What? I believe there should be an after party and it should be in your mouth and everybody should come.
Listen, all I have to say is, yo, my name.
Oh my God.
What a mess.
Farhad, how are you?
How you doing, Farhad?
Listen, all I know is at the end of the day, you can't fight me in real life. That's all.
Okay, I know you're right.
How are you guys doing?
Good. We're just dealing with some gay guy on stage, but that's okay. How you doing?
You can never deal with me. Like,
I
honestly, Matt, I am disappointed in you for giving this guy a mod. Why you give this nigga a mod?
Well, we'll have to deal with that later. Sorry. Little booty shaker. If you're not going to say anything positive or conclude, like, anything that has anything good to do with the room, or even be like viral a little, like, create some content. content. Don't be saying the same thing. Like, if I wanted any more comeback from you, I would ask you to scrape the roof of your mouth. But it's stale with you.
Nigga, the only thing is your whole fucking personality, nigga.
Okay, there you go. Sorry. Farhad, I apologize for the dirty trash that was on stage right now. We just cleaned up the room. I had the janitor come in and throw out the trash. If he learns to behave himself, we'll have him come back up on stage. Farhad, what do you think about the title? What do you think about what's going on in Iran? Please talk to me. Are Iranians doing enough? Could they do more? Is religion the root of all evil? And did Mikhail make Clubhouse an unsafe place?
Listen, in the near future, Iran, Israel, and USA, they are basically very close friendship between these three countries. Of course, America and Israel are close friends. Iran is soon going to join them, and it's going to change the whole, political, geopolitical situation in Middle East, because the mullahs government in Iran, who is holding Iranian people as a hostage, is going to collapse soon. And this regime has created all these terrorist network all over. Shia, Sunni, everything. Everything is created and founded by this regime, by the mullahs, by Khomeini and Khamenei, who are not dead. Thanks to President Trump. And big thank you to Bibi Netanyahu. Iranian people, they love him. He's a great leader.
Why do the Iranian people love Bibi Netanyahu in Israel?
Yeah, because he always say nice things about the Iranian people, and we have a common enemy.
No, I know. But is talking cheap or is action worth more? Has Israel done the action that the Iranian people need?
Action. Netanyahu is the man action. Whatever he said, he basically accomplished number of things. And if it wasn't for him, we don't know what would be happening in Middle East. And the mullahs may have an atomic bomb now.
Farhad, which religion do you practice?
Hold on, Farhad. Let me ask you a question.
Hello, Farhad. Are you Shia, Sunni, or...
It doesn't matter. I'm Iranian.
I know you're Iranian, and I know Iranians are nationalists, but the reason
I'm non-religious. Iranians are non-religious, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I asked that...
Yeah, my family, like my father, my grandfather, my grandmom, basically, they practice Shia, of course. But we first refer to our nationality. We don't refer to our religion. Unlike, for example, people from India, with all respect, when you ask them, they say, yeah, I'm Muslim from India.
So are you Iranian or are you Persian?
I'm Iranian.
You're not
Persian.
What first, though?
The reason why I said that, I was just kind of a little suspicious. You don't hear many Iranians speaking or singing the praises of Benjamin Netanyahu, unless they were like that lady that was on stage earlier who happens to be Jewish. And
I'm not Jewish.
One of my fraternity brothers was Iranian Jew, so I get.
I understand. I'm not Jewish Iranian. I am, like my family. My parents, they were Shia. But I didn't see anything good in, practicing this religion. So I'm non-religion.
Well, what's the problem what is the problem if someone said good things about Bibi? That's what I'm...
There is no problem. You just don't hear many people saying good things about Bibi who are also Iranian nationalist. You'll hear American evangelicals, you'll hear Republicans, you'll hear Democrats. You're not going to hear many Iranians say good things about Benjamin Netanyahu.
To me, Bibi and Trump are patriots, and I respect them like very much. And I'm not Jewish. I'm Iranian. I mean, you know, so same shit over.
Wait, Pontus, just so I'm clear, you're saying that there are Iranians who don't support Bibi, but that's not uncommon. I mean, there's a lot of non-support of Bibi, right? What's the big revelation there?
This is the same country of people that chant death to America, death to Israel. And you guys want me to believe in the year of our Lord 2026, all of a sudden they like Benjamin Netanyahu.
That's where you're
Please
wrong.
Tell that to someone.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that's
I'm not
false.
convinced.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, that's where you're wrong, though. You're talking about the regime and its supporter.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
Hold on, I think I know what he's saying.
That's not the vast majority of Iranians.
I think I know what he's saying, guys.
To America and death to Israel. No, I got what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
No,
And
I know. No,
it's assuming every Iranian does it.
Means. I think I know what he really means behind it. And there's a lot of people that are speculating this too lately. I'm going to ask you, Pontus, do you believe a better Iran is a divided and unstable Iran for the Middle East and the world today?
That's a straightforward question, but it's loaded because of the geopolitical implications. The people within the borders of modern day Iran, would they be better off with a fragmented Iran?
Not about the people in Iran. I didn't ask that. I said, would the world be safer off today?
Oh, would the world be safer? Probably.
Would Israel be safer?
Yeah.
The US be safer?
Yeah, I mean, there's an article titled "The Sykes-Picot 2026." I don't know if y'all have read it. There is an argument to be made for balkanized Iran, and a security argument at that to be made to benefit the region.
Are you leaning toward that would be a better for?
Yeah, I mean, not based off of my own research, but what I've read the argument to be made for it, and I can see it. Yeah.
But if it's not your own research and you read it, wait, did somebody? What?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards it because they provided
that's stuff that you read, so that's your own research.
I didn't author the Sykes-Picot agreement, as you know, but
you read it. You've done your okay.
Yes. So I read it. They provided their sources, their arguments, and stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see that. I can go along with it.
Dima, do you agree with him that a better world today would be a unified, balkanized, separate, unstable Iran would be the world would be in a safer position? Dima?
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I don't think that anything I can say it doesn't matter.
Go ahead. It's okay.
No, I just think.
Do you want to decline the answer? Get your blood pressure. Want to keep it lower for a couple more hours?
I think that. To be honest with you, I don't know what I think anymore.
But Bibi, what he said, it had nothing to do with what you asked him. He's saying.
No, I already know he doesn't want a unified, strong Iran. That's a threat to him.
It's probably that's also what he wants, but he's assuming or spreading this word that.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That's why he's saying it's weird to hear Iranians say we love Bibi. I know why he's saying that. Because he's saying don't trust Iran. Don't trust Iranians. He's saying. I know what he's saying.
Know where he's doing it intentionally.
This is all
he's intentionally doing it. He knows.
Continue.
He's saying they can't be trusted. Okay, I'm going to ask you a straight question.
Yes.
Can Iranians be trusted?
Absolutely, they can be trusted.
So then, why would you question what Osha was saying that Iranians are saying, "Thank God to Bibi," and you just said you haven't heard that and you don't understand why they could say that.
No,
so
here's the thing.
Because they are the majority of the people. They are not the whole people.
Look, vast majority of Iranians hate the regime, right? When vast majority of Iranians hate the regime, that means those people are not going in the street and say death to America, death to Israel. So it shouldn't sound weird to you at all.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, by default, does that make them pro-Israel, though? That's the question, I think. right, Ocean? Just because you hate the regime doesn't make you pro-Israel, right? Is that what
it doesn't make you. I am pro-Israel myself. I can speak for myself. I'm pro-Israel for sure. I'm not Jewish, but I'm pro-Israel for sure. And it has nothing to do with Bibi doing this and basically helping us. I've been this way for a long ass time because the truth is out there. It's the Muslims and Arabs' fault for all these conflicts, throughout this fucking decades of war and shit. It's not Israel's fault. They did it. They brought it to themselves. So it is what it is.
Okay, so now let's kind of recenter me real quick. And I'm open to y'all give me the objective outsider perspective of how I interpret this. But my question still stands. Why in 2026 am I, and probably a lot of other people, hearing about this coalition of I'm not even going to say Israeli, pro-Benjamin Netanyahu, tangentially Likud government, this coalition of Iranians that are in support